Welcome to the Wild Mom Podcast. We do things a little differently around here. If you're a mystic, spiritual, conscious, wild mother, then this is the podcast for you. It's time to come back to your roots, remember your divinity, and embody the wild woman within. You're here to shake up the parenting game, awaken from the matrix, and raise your new earth children to be free and energetically connected to all there is. This is your podcast to reclaim the wise and the wealthy, the intuitive, loving, and divinely feminine motherhood. Mama, welcome back to the wild. Welcome, mamas, to another episode of the Wild Mom Podcast. I am talking about something that it's been asked by a lot of you to discuss this, and that is the root chakra development, and the importance of doing certain conscious and energetic practices to best support this development. So let's get right into it. I am so excited about fall. Just to start off, I'm so excited about fall. This is like when my witchy time comes out. This is when all my energy healing, my herbalism, all that part of me comes out, and it's just it's so much magic. It's so much fun. And today's actually the eclipse. So it's no coincidence that we're having this on the eclipse. And tomorrow is actually the first Mystics, Witches, and Motherhood circle. And I'm so truly excited about that. If you haven't heard about that, it's a new free container where we're just going to come together as moms. And we're going to talk about all things to do with motherhood and spiritual awakening and healing and raising these new earth kids. So if you have not joined, make sure you do so. I'll make sure to add the link into the show notes if you're listening to this in your favorite streaming platform. But for today, we are talking about all things root chakra. So if you're a mystic mama, which I know you are because you're in this container, you're in this Facebook group, that you're listening to my podcast, you're a mystic mama. And the most important thing for you to realize is that your child's spiritual development should be the first and foremost thing that you are focusing on as a mom. When your child is between the ages of 0 and 7, they are primarily developing their root chakra. And if you're new to the chakra system, there are 7 primary ones that a lot of people like to discuss. It's like more of like the mainstream. There are 7 primary chakras. The root chakra is at the bottom, at the base of your spine. And there's the sacral right below your belly button, the solar plexus around your stomach, the heart at your heart chakra, your throat chakra around your throat, your third eye in between your eyebrows at your pineal gland, and then the crown chakra. So there's actually what's called a 7-year cycle that we all go through. And for the first 7 years of your life, and if you're a mom, for your kid's life, your child is developing their root chakra. And the way it works, and I dive deeper into this in my Balancing Baby Chakras course, the way it works is that the first 7 years is the root chakra. Then each of those years in the 7 years is also connected to a tandem chakra. So between the ages of 0 to 1, it's the root chakra and the root chakra. The ages of 1 to 2, it is the root chakra and the sacral chakra. And it keeps going up like that until your child turns 8, and then it's primarily the sacral chakra being developed. So I actually had a little bit of fun with this, and I had posted a Threads post. That's how you say it. I posted a thread on Threads about asking moms what age they were at when they first had their first child, and also what age they're at right now, because it's also going to tell you what development you are in your chakra system as well. So for example, I am 31 years old. So my chakra that's being developed right now is my throat chakra. And yes, there were little bits and pieces of my throat chakra being developed within those first 31 years of my life, but now it's primarily my throat chakra being developed, which means that I am being bombarded with opportunities to speak my truth, to let go of people pleasing, to let go or to put up boundaries, to say no, to use my voice more, to have more speaking engagements. Like my throat chakra is being activated as fuck. And it's great. And I love it. And I'm Oh, I'm excited to hear this. Okay. We had actually a first comment coming in. I want to honor this. I had my son at 29 and now I'm 32 and pregnant with a girl. Okay, that's so exciting. So you're actually in your throat chakra development as well. So your girl is coming in, depending on when your birthday is, your girl is coming in when you're in your throat chakra development, meaning that she is going to activate a lot within you. So your relationship with her is all going to be about being able to set healthy boundaries for yourself and for her, that fine line of friendship and motherhood. You're going to be triggered by a lot of your own childhood people pleasing and autonomy and all of that. Yeah, and if you're still going to be 32 when she's born, yeah, so she's going to be your throat chakra. So what happens is that, one, knowing this, and we can do a whole cosmic connection reading on this. I absolutely love them. They're a new thing that I created, and it's life-changing to know your connection with your child based on your chakra development. But every single child that comes into the world is going to be coming in developing their root chakra. And this is a piece that isn't talked about enough in child raising. We talk about the milestones they have to hit. So when they're going to crawl, when they're going to walk, when they're going to speak, when to give them solids, where we discuss how to gentle parent or conscious parent, yet we don't focus on the spiritual development of our child. And the reason why this is so important is because if this is ignored, then many issues can come up that we assume, okay, they either need meds, or maybe they're just sick, or maybe I need to be more stern with them. Maybe I need to sleep train them, doing all the things that experts and the books tell you to do, when really it's just about needing to support their root chakra. And you'll find out that there are certain things that you, I don't want to say should, but it's in the highest and greatest good for you to either do or to not do that's going to fully support the root chakra. So the root chakra is connected with safety. It's connected with security. It's connected with a feeling of protection. If you think about your own views and beliefs on this, that is the first step for you when you're supporting your child's root chakra. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel safe in your body? Do you feel safe in this planet? Do you feel safe in your home, safe in your neighborhood? Do you feel safe in your relationships? If there is a no to any of these, there could be an imbalance in your root chakra. And I actually shared a chakra checklist for moms to check for their babies in my Balancing Baby Chakras course. But I just want to read for you what was in it for the root chakra, okay? So this, again, there's, for all the different chakras, there is a huge report in the Balancing Baby Chakras course, and this is for the root chakra. So if your kid is experiencing nightmares, sleep regressions, trouble sleeping or restless sleep, wetting the bed, or separation anxiety, these are all signs that there's an imbalance in their root chakra. Now, how often are these experienced in kids and considered just a normal thing, considered just a part of their development? We have neglected the spiritual part of it, so we have only the logical side to turn to when our kids experience these things. However, if your kid is experiencing nightmares, that means that they are feeling unsafe. There is something that is fearful around them. Maybe it's a spirit. Again, we dive deeper into that in my theta healing training and releasing spirits and seeing spirits. And there's so much more about the spirit world, but they could be even having nightmares of, sometimes your kids will actually have nightmares of their connection with you. For example, if you got frustrated, they'll hold on to that memory and have it at night. That doesn't mean that you are a bad parent. It doesn't mean that it's normal or that it should just be ignored. If you balance their root chakra, they will actually have less nightmares. Those sleep regressions can be decreased, if not completely eliminated, if you balance a root chakra. Restless sleep, that is our body's fighting. That is our body fighting against sleep because they feel unsafe. They feel insecure. Wetting the bed, huge, huge. That is your child's body literally fighting again against itself and being unable to feel held and supported in their bed, and they wet the bed. And separation anxiety, something that is so common, so common. Yet if you balance the root chakra, you will find that they now feel secure. And this is one of the reasons why the most important thing that you can do for your child, which may trigger you, and honestly, if it does, sit with it. There's something in there for you. The most important thing that you can do for your child to balance their root chakra in the first 7 years is to co-sleep. And if you're hearing this and thinking, oh, fuck, I either have slept trained or sleep trained my child, or I just moved them into their own bed, or I really don't want to do this because I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to get sleep, don't worry, I can help you. There are so many different ways that you can work with co-sleeping, that you can make it work for your family. And here's why it's so important. Because as your child's going to sleep, even when you're going to sleep, you are the most vulnerable you will ever be. This is like a primal thing. You are the most vulnerable you will ever be when you're going to sleep, because you have to just shut down everything. You have to shut down your 5 senses that are helping you navigate the world, helping you figure out the threats. You have to shut that down. And you have to just literally trust and be like, Jesus, take the wheel. Creator, take the wheel. Like you have to just trust. For a child who, for the first 9 to 10 months of their experience in this third plane, have been so connected with you, like this, like at the hip. They were literally inside of you. They were feeling your heartbeat, to now go and be separated from you, either in a bassinet, most of the time it's bassinet when they're newborns, and then into their own bed. You're putting them in that primal state of fight or flight, of fear. When you have your child next to you and they're still feeling that heartbeat, now they feel a sense of security. Now they feel a sense of safety. And the more and more they can wake up and roll over and just drink some milk from you and then fall back to sleep, the more they are being trained that they are safe, they are secure, they are supported. So not only are you helping to develop that root chakra in the most important first year of their life, again, we're being told by experts that after those 3 months, they go into their own bed, maybe in their own room. If you can then choose to consciously continue to co-sleep, you're continuously developing the sense of security for them. And when we think about belief systems, now you're instilling the beliefs within them that I am safe, I am protected, I am secure. 3 extremely important beliefs that are going to shape the rest of their life. And the reason why I say this is because after those 7 years, when you move on to the sacral chakra, whatever has happened in those first 7 years, that's the foundation of who they are. Think about your own childhood experience. Think about those first 7 years of your life. There are so many times where I'll dive deeper into a theta healing session with my clients, and they'll come back to beliefs and experiences where they remember when they were 1, 2 years old, crying alone in their crib, waiting for their mom. And this doesn't have to be like a cried out method kind of cry. This is I wake up and I realize that I'm alone in a dark room and there's no sense of security. I can't smell my mom. I can't see my mom. I can't feel my mom. I am alone. And they held on to that until we cleared it when they were 30, 40, 50 years old. Now, okay, I just want to read a comment. Every night my son crawls into our bed and I low-key love it. See, part of you as a mom, your primal instinct knows that you're supposed to have your child near you. I heard the need to co-sleep for 7 years too. Yeah, there's a reason for this. It's because their root chakra is being developed. More and more spiritual leaders are coming out and saying this because it is so important. And now, listen, I understand that you are not going to receive, you may not, cancel clear, you may not receive the same deep 7-hour sleep that you once got co-sleeping. It may be a vastly different experience for you co-sleeping. You may go through a period of time where you don't sleep because you're getting used to having someone else right there near you. And this is why one of the first things to do to help support your child's spiritual development and root chakra is to work on your own beliefs around it. Work on your own beliefs around, one, choosing a path that is completely different than everyone else. Because again, experts are going to tell you that you have to put them in a separate room because they need to be little independent sleepers. No, they're independent sleepers after they realize that they can be dependent on you. Huge difference. We're not training them to be independent. We're giving them dependence so that they can develop their independence on their own terms. Chances are probably after those 7 years. And when you have a toddler and a newborn, you'll actually find that the newborn, when they'll develop their independence a lot faster than the firstborn, because now they have the toddler to connect with, maybe in their own room or maybe again together. But you'll just find that usually the secondborn will receive independence a lot faster. How do I manage a toddler and a newborn? Okay, so here's where, if you have a partner, I would highly suggest that you have your partner, one partner sleep with a toddler, and then, no, one partner. If you have 10 partners, that'd be great, wouldn't it? We could just rotate every night. Your partner sleep with your toddler, and then you sleep with the newborn as a mom. That way you can continuously breastfeed. Or you could do both, your toddler on one side of you and your newborn on the other side. That is an option as well. And there are tons of resources out there. One of my favorites is the Happy Co-Sleeper on Instagram. If you haven't checked her out, she posts all the time about co-sleeping. There's also Sweet Sleep, and I'll add these all into the show notes as well. Sweet Sleep talks about the safeties for co-sleeping, because there are certain things that you, again, should or should not do. There are certain ways to co-sleep that is safe. And it's also just completely natural. This is a natural way, a primal way for us to be raising our kids. The other mammals on the planet, they already know this. They know that their child needs to feel safe and supported and secure. And you'll see all mammals, moms, have their babies like right up against them. All of them. We are the only ones who have been told that we actually need to have our kids separate from us because of the possibility of SIDS, which, don't get me started, because there are lots of studies and even proof and records that vaccines have the result of, or SIDS can be the result of vaccines. So we won't even go there. But the first step is for you to figure out your own belief systems around doing something different, around your ability to trust yourself and know that you're not going to roll over on your child. You're not going to suffocate them at night. That you actually, when you co-sleep, you go into natural cycles together with them. So when they go into deep sleep, you're in deep sleep. And at deep sleep, you don't move. When they start to wake up, you start to wake up. And so you'll be able to hear them and know that they're waking up. And all you have to do is roll over, whip out the boob, have them fall asleep, and then roll back over. And now, if co-sleeping is still something that is challenging for you, whether your kids are up all the time or they're just restless or you can't sleep, this is where learning about the energetics, whether it is energetics around sleep, which you can find more about in my Sacred Slumber course, or on balancing their chakras and working with their chakra system, these two things are so powerful to help you to do this one very important practice that's going to help to balance their root chakra. Because there are other practices that I teach in the balance and baby chakras, such as grounding for your root chakra, which is great. I ground my daughter every single day. All you do is put your feet and her feet on the ground. Done. On Mother Gaia, not on like pavement. On Mother Gaia. Have them ground. And I also know that that is just supporting the co-sleeping that I'm doing and the energetic practices that I'm doing, that every single morning I'm balancing her chakras, I'm connecting with each of the chakras, I'm clearing them. So that way, when we do these extra conscious practices, such as grounding, it's just strengthening what's already there. And these practices I share with you in the Balancing Baby Chakras. I'm probably going to do a 2.0 very soon too, because there's just so much more that's coming out. But this is, it's a 2-week course program all through Telegram. So you can listen to it on your own time, which is amazing because as moms, do we really have that much free time? No. My husband usually loves to sleep with toddler on his floor cuddling, which is nice for me. Yeah, so your partner's already on board and they're still going to receive that sense of safety from him as well as they receive it from you. And if you can do this within the first 7 years, you are setting your kid up for so much success. Because just think about your own experience with safety. If there is a lack of safety for you, then you are also passing that down to your kids. I mean, I know that sucks to hear because you want to ensure that you're doing the very best for your child. But unless you work on your own belief systems as well around safety, then unconsciously you are passing it down through the breast milk to your child, through your skin-to-skin contact. This is how generational beliefs are formed. And this is how your beliefs are going to affect their root chakra development. And this is also why I love doing theta healing. My husband and I do theta healing on each other all the time to do this, to clear this. This is why I tell every single mom that I connect with to be a theta healer, to train in this modality, to learn how to reprogram your beliefs, to instill empowering beliefs into your child. Every single day, I download my daughter with beliefs and programs around safety and security. Every single night, I am programming her sleep and her bed to feel comforting, to feel protected. When there's spirits around her, I'm clearing those as well, because that's also going to interfere with her sleep, and you'll find out more about that in the Sacred Slumber course. There is so much energetics around sleep that can be cleared through theta healing, so that way you can co-sleep, because that is the most important thing you can do. That's going to allow you and your child to also heal your root chakra together, because as soon as your child is born, you are also coming back to your root chakra healing. They are awakening your root chakra healing, which is so amazing. And again, that you can dive into more in the cosmic connection reading when you figure out like what they're teaching you, what they're learning from you is just, yeah, it's mind blowing. Do you know if this could help with postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety? I had a real bad with my son, and now I'm in therapy and doing Reiki and really working on my health to minimize it. Oh, for sure. One of the things that, postpartum depression and anxiety, again, are coming from root chakra, and it's also coming from your third eye chakra. So I would dive deeper into beliefs that you have and experience that you have around trusting yourself, around releasing control, and around safety. One of the things that I do with my clients as well that I had to ask myself when I experienced postpartum anxiety, and I experienced postpartum anger as well and aggression, the question I had to ask myself, because you may not want to hear this, and I love you as I say this, postpartum depression, anxiety, and anger is a choice. Now don't hate me just yet. Hear me out. Every physical manifestation is a result of beliefs and energy, beliefs and emotions. So somewhere deep inside of you, there has been a belief and emotion that has been instilled, probably from your childhood, that has now created a physical manifestation. And one of those is postpartum depression and anxiety. So the question I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to do this in meditation, and this is why I love theta healing, because you'll dive into your subconscious, you'll find that bottom belief. But a question I want you to ask yourself is, how is this serving me? Okay, how is your postpartum depression and anxiety serving me? And this is a great question you can ask yourself with regards to your child sleeping too, with regards to co-sleeping. How is it serving me that I am struggling to co-sleep with my child? How is it serving me to, get angry at my child or to hold on to feelings of being alone? It's a really, really powerful question to ask yourself. And you, again, if you ask yourself in this state, you may say, it's not serving me. I freaking hate the fact that I can't co-sleep, or the fact that I have postpartum anxiety or depression. I hate it. If you do it in a meditative state, especially if you were in theta, you'll start going down the rabbit hole You'll start peeling back the layers of your subconscious and find that it's serving you in some way. For myself, I held on to the belief that I needed to struggle to receive attention and love. And that came from my own childhood experience where I was 2 years old. So I was in my root chakra, so the first 7 years, root chakra. And I was also just entering into or just exiting my my sacral chakra. Okay. Because the sacral chakra is between the ages of 1 and 2. So I just turned 2. And my sister was born. And all of a sudden, now all the attention went away from me as the primary child to now my sister. And as a little 2-year-old, this is traumatic. This is enough to instill beliefs that, hey, well, I think I need to act out now. I think I need to have something even bigger happen to me, or I need to struggle. And that way my mom will give me attention. So I started to act out. I started to do things that she said, don't touch this, and I would touch it. So I'm like, okay, now I'll receive attention. I used to jump into my sister's crib with her because I thought, okay, if I acted out in this way, if I pretended to be a baby, then my parents would give me attention. And this belief just kind of kept forming and piling on layers upon layers upon layers. And then at one point, my sister ended up having her own mental health experience. And I realized, okay, well, now the attention was more on her, less on me. So I need to have something even bigger. And so if I'm struggling, if I'm in pain, then I will receive attention. And the postpartum anxiety and depression was just one of the ways this physically manifested. And when I figured out that's how it was serving me and I released it, I kid you not, it went away like that. And I haven't experienced it since. And now that I'm doing theta healing every day and I'm releasing those beliefs, it's just gone. And I absolutely am so grateful for it. So start asking yourself that question. Start diving deeper down the layers of how is it serving me? And coming back to the root chakra development, this is why it's also so important for moms to do nervous system regulating practices, nervous system regulating practices. Theta healing is one of those practices. If you can find those bottom beliefs, if you can download yourself with safety in those moments when you don't feel safe, because what's happening is that your child's also awakening in you your own childhood experiences that you have not addressed, which is why I love working with that cosmic connection between you and your child. I'm absolutely obsessed with finding out what are those beliefs that your child is showing in you, because then if you have tools like theta healing, you can simply just heal yourself. So you're also healing your generational line. You're also ensuring that you're not passing down those beliefs to your kids, that you're healing your ancestors. I need this. Yeah, every mom needs this. And I'm so happy that you see that. I'm so happy that you're claiming that, because this is something that you need. Because if you have these tools and these practices in place, if you know the energetics behind why your kid's not sleeping, if you know the energetics behind why they're throwing temper tantrums, or why or how their chakras are developed, if you know the certain words that you should and should not use, again, I don't like the should and shouldn't, but it's the easiest way to say it. If you know the words that you should and should not use to instill empowering beliefs in your child, then you'll know how to show up for them. If you know how to heal yourself and reprogram beliefs in yourself, reprogram beliefs in your child, balance their chakras on a daily basis, that is conscious parenting. That is awakened parenting. That is why I mentioned about how it's your time as an awakened mother to know how to do this. Because especially if you have a newer child, these newer children, their needs are vastly different. You're not going to find what you need in old textbooks and by experts in the old paradigm way of raising them. They need you to know about the energetics, because then you can both heal yourself, which is what your kids have come here to help you do, as well as support them so that next generation is empowered and liberated and free and loves themselves. That way they don't have to go to therapy like we do as adults. We're going to therapy as adults because our parents didn't know how to properly support our spiritual development. So we had empowering beliefs. So we were feeling safe and supported and secure. And we'll dive deeper into the other chakras as well for when the kids are getting older and what needs to happen for the different ages and even in those first 7 years. knowing that from the ages of 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 4, there are different things that need to happen for you and your child in order to support the other chakras. We'll dive deeper into all that because I'm obsessed with this. This is why I'm writing a whole book on this, which I'm so excited about. I just finished the first rough draft yesterday. First rough draft, and it's coming out in April. I'm manifesting that coming out April sometime. This is why I'm writing about all this, because this needs to be shared. This needs to be heard. This needs to be implemented for moms. So there's one more comment and then we will close for today. I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I love this so much. If you do have any questions though, make sure to write it in now and then I'll answer them before we hop off for today. I had a baby soul reading and was told my daughter is coming to put this in order and elevate me. And all I want is for my mental health to be good so I can teach them regulation too. Lots of third eye chakra work for you. Lots of third eye chakra work, lots of clearing out of your belief system. That's what I'm getting. Again, theta healing, powerful way to do that. Nervous system regulating tools, also powerful way to do that. If you have not joined my the Witches, Mystics, and Motherhood circle that's happening tomorrow, come to that. I'm actually going to be sharing a special experience. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to share a special experience that will really, really help you. So if you can come to that tomorrow. Yeah. And also just ask yourself the question of how is it serving me? How is it serving me to not have my mental health be where I want it to be? Because that's serving you in some way too. Wow, I felt that. Thinking back on the time when my twins were newborn. You have twins? Kudos to you. Oh my gosh. Sending you so much love. I thought about having twins. And I was like, oh my God, I could barely handle my one child. It's like I give all the kudos in the world to all the moms who have twins, triplets, quadruplets, But back to what you were saying. Thinking back on the time when my twins were newborn, I was struggling with my self-esteem and believing I did a good enough job. I'm curious of when you had your twins. Can you share with me when you had your twins? Because the things that you were saying, I'm just curious if there was some sacral chakra work for you there. I'd be really curious to see your cosmic connection reading. Because I have it written down here. So your sacral chakra is developed between the ages of 8 and 14. However, October 22nd, 2 years after my firstborn. I'm really curious to see your cosmic connection reading. I don't think you had it between the ages of 8 to 14. I don't think you had your newborn between the ages of 8 to 14. However, there is some sort of sacral chakra work in there for you. So that's my tip for you. Do some sacral chakra work. Again, powerful way to do it is theta healing, because you're literally it's like the blueprint to everything. It's your connection to source. It's your connection to the greater, it's universal Google. That's how I say it. That's how I view it. It's universal Google. So all the questions you have, you'll find answers to. All the wisdom you need, all the intuition that you need, you'll find it in this space. And also do some sacral chakra work. Okay, this was so much fun. And if you're new to this space, I come in here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST. And we talk about all the fun things, mystical, witchy, motherhood, empowering you to raise your new earth child, to support their spiritual development, and also navigate your own spiritual healing. And if you have not yet, I would truly appreciate a follow for any of the streaming platforms that you listen to it. Share it with another mystic mama, leave a review, help me get this message out there, because more moms need to hear about the power of balancing your kid's root chakra, your own root chakra, doing this healing. And thank you so much for being here. If you tuned in live, sending you all so much love, and we will connect again very soon. Bye for now.